Check it out. Nice rainy day. Means it's actually cool. We can leave the doors open. This is pretty nice. Anyways, today's plan, we're gonna see my vision out here with this top getting all padded to match the bed. Gonna be awesome. I think first steps first, we're gonna have to finish the foam work on the front. So we gotta add some strips to the side. I wanna try to make this very seamless. I'm hoping it won't show through. So I'm gonna trim this, try to get these the same, get another piece onto the side, figure out the back, kind of trim and glue everything on so it's kind of like permanently set. I haven't got the glass, I didn't do that yet, so I'll probably end up making a template to send in for the rear glass so we can bolt everything in. We can do that beforehand anyways, like it won't be a big deal. But I want to try to do that, get that in, get the trims all in place so they're resting against the glass like I'm thinking, the front and the back. But first things first, we got to sew up the top and get it glued on, and then kind of figure out where we're going from there. So anyways, we got a game plan. Let's get going. Well, we have our foam in. I'm hoping this is not going to do anything weird. It's a little tight in here, but I'm hoping when I sandwich it, it doesn't do a weird ripple or do something goofy. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. Anyways, I've been tugging and pulling, so I have to figure out how this material wants to go. And I'm thinking it's going to have to get sewn in multiple stages, which I kind of knew that. Anyways, what it looks like is, because this is loose, I kind of have to, we got to pull it so the top stays tight. So when this wraps around, we got to work our way around that. If you see that ripple, I got to pull it down. So this is good, but over here we got too much material. So what's going to happen is this is going to have to come at an angle again, and then when I pull this down, that gets tight. So it's kind of, you're going to start flat, and then I have to pull it in to get rid of the excess material. So around the window, you can see how crinkly this is, but I can kind of work the vinyl around and push it into the window, but I'm going to have a problem on the bottom, and I don't really know how big or what to do there yet. So I'm going to do the sides. And I don't know how. I'll figure some way to hold the material to where I can cut this, and I can figure out how to sew in like the bottom part of the window opening, just so I don't think, as much as this is working, there's way too much material here by the time I get this thing pulled tight on the corners, because the red marks are my tonneau cover marks. So once I do that, there's too much material in here to try to bunch and get rid of this. I might be able to do it just with a single stitch in the middle. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking the sides are going to be ideal, just because in it, I don't know. We're going to make it up as we go. But for now, I have this going, and I got tons of extra material. This is the stuff I cut off the one side of the bed. So it's okay. I got way too much material. I could trim this off, but it's not really good for, I don't think it's good for anything I'm doing here right now anyways. So I'll leave it excessively too long. I have to figure out, roughly I need this to wrap around. So my goal here is do a tight wrap, and I put that rubber, whatever it is, in there. So when I do this tight, I have this nice edge on the front. And whether it gets glued down here, or I just pull it and the vinyl stays loose, because I'm going to have that, and I glue it here, because I'm going to have that, what do you call it? That trim with the rubber seal for my window is going to be here. So I'm probably better off just doing this, because otherwise I feel if I glue like this, and then I feel like if I do this and then come over to here, there's a chance this could come loose, and then I'm going to have some floppiness. I could be wrong, because I mean, that glue feels pretty good on the top, but I guess in the end, if it does do it, I can take this off, I can stretch it again, and then I can do it. Maybe we'll just go, maybe we'll glue it like it's supposed to be, and then we'll figure it out if that lasts or not. I don't know. I have major trust issues just relying on a glue. And in that particular spot, I don't, it's a single panel, so I can't screw anything to there. So all these trim pieces I made before, down here, these are the ones that are going to go on the header panel. So these will like screw in like that, and then I can do my rubber seal. So the idea, I've shown it before, but the idea is this thing's going to, well, this is for the other side, but this will get screwed up into the lid, and then there's going to be a rubber seal that presses up against the glass. I'll have a piece of foam going across the top as well. So I'm just doing all my due diligence so that I have a less chance of getting rained on if I drive into a heavy rain. Kind of what I'm shooting for. So anyways, I think this is kind of right. What I'm going to do is cut a piece of material right now and try to make this section. They should be dang near the same each side, because I don't know, as far as I can tell, I got it centered. I'll measure to see. Let's do the old, I don't even know where I can use my frame of reference. Do my hand to fingernail. There we go. And that's a pretty good unit of measure, right? Let's see right here. And we are not square. So we got to get this squared and then pull and tug on the back. The idea for the back is I was originally going to put foam and stuff into here, but I feel once this thing gets pulled in there and glued, it'll do double duty. Like it'll stop my paint from getting banged up, and whatever, it's a little bit of, there's a lot of glue I can do in there. I guess I could go all the way around and wrap it inside the truck because you'll never see it, but I don't know if I want to go that far. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so I have to work on this. I got to get an even measurement over here so I can get the top sitting square. And then the back part has to be able to pull tight to my little red chalk marks back here. And then we're going to make basically a piece that comes off of here. It's going to have to hang down because, again, I have for a window track, I have a piece to go in here. So the vinyl's got to go down. I got to go here. It's going to get glued to this whole strip all the way through. And I don't know. I think that should be pretty straightforward and should work. I mean, it sounds straightforward. I don't know. But I think I'm done with the foam work for now. Now we're gonna play with some vinyl again. So I'll go cut a little chunk out and try to test fit it up. Well, now, I learned something. So anyways, I got this squared out. You can see I have it all marked right. And then I was figuring I would do a straight line, but the problem with doing a straight line, this doesn't work out the way it should, because then I end up with that same problem where I have too much material. And that's kind of how my brain figured this should work, was I would come in here, I would straight sew it up, but when I do that, I have all this material. It's just like, what do you want to call it? It'd be like metal, right? So it's not right. I got to go the flattest route, which is like the other side. We got to flop this around, and then I got to trim this piece differently. But then that leaves me short right here. Here's all good. Now I have a manageable amount of material to stretch. So Yeah, phooey on me. Should have had paper or did something, I guess. I don't have anything here. If I had... I got plastic. Maybe that would work. Anyways, it's not really a waste because this is still plenty big. We'll be able to reuse it to do my seat, to upholster my seat and stuff. But hindsight, yes, plastic would be a good idea. Oh well. I learned a lesson. It wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some plastic. I think that's what I should have done first round, was actually just lay some plastic on here, and then I would have had like a perfect template. I was like, I'll just use a little extra material in my head and be, I guess, a little wasteful, but yeah, that wasn't a very productive way to do that. All right, I'm gonna find some plastic and we're gonna lay that down. We'll trace it with a Sharpie, then we'll go back upstairs, recut it, and then we should have a game plan as far as to sewing it. It's like I said before, I've kind of readjusted it. This is a little aggressively long, but it's long, but in the middle, wherever I'm gonna do it, it's got, well, I guess it's a little long as well. Whatever. That was a piece out of the bed. I did mark underneath there so I can do a cut off that excessive stuff there, but the goal is to get under here and glue into this area and glue right along this whole edge inside of here. That's kind of my thought. I am definitely struggling. We actually had the plastic on there. You've seen it. It worked. But I had to trim this much off from my plastic template because what happens is, let me get you over here. I find what happens is right now I'm going to try to pull and stretch this vinyl. So we'll work with the vinyl, but look at this. I have this area somehow. I have to get rid of this material. And I still want it to glue everywhere. So if I did that, somehow I need that to happen, but then I have too much here. It's I'm trying to plan this all out. Doesn't really matter what I do, I have too much material, always. I don't know of any tricks for this. So if I come here and I keep working this piece, oh, I think we're okay. Oh, Lee, this sucks. Oh man, I hope this works. I'm just taping it so I can get a better representation of what's happening. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pull all this extra vinyl and somehow get rid of it into here somehow when I pull this over. Yowzer. Golly. What I'm trying to do right now is just make my marks. And see how everything is gonna pull and stretch into place. Like there's already a big problem right there. Somehow I'm gonna have to get all this here. I think I can do it. I think I can. This is a tough piece for me. My brain's having a hard time with this. Anyways, I'm gonna mark these two pieces. I think they're good. I'm gonna set the other side quick. And I guess all we can do is stitch it and hope for the best. Hopefully can tug and pull it everywhere it needs to go, and this is going to be the hard part, because here in the back, I've said this before, because right in the back we got here, this is going, you can see we're pulling tight. I'm going to have too much material back here. So this I'll be able to maybe stretch and get it to go where it's got to go. But no matter what I do, I'm gonna have to do some kind of a, see, this one needs to be over here. So by the time I pull and tug all this, we're gonna have like this much we'll have to take out of the back or something, or more. So we gotta make all this, get it kind of sitting where it's gotta go, and then I'm gonna have to magically figure this cut out. Yuck. trying to explain what I'm doing. See this? I've sewn this seam. What I'm doing now is I'm actually folding it over that seam and I'm restitching it and trying not to screw everything up that I've just done. So I'm pushing it down, I'm trying to make sure it's tight, and I'm trying to make a straight stinking line. Or what I'm doing is I'm actually bending this flat this way and I'm laying it over and I'm trying to sew the two together. I don't know what the stitch is called, but that's basically what I've been doing here since I sewed this together. And feed this whole top through the sewing machine and whatever's on my lap here. Machine can go so much faster, but my skill level is so low, so plus this gives you a perspective how it's not really slow. This is going pretty quick, honestly, I think. We're almost there. With any luck, I haven't screwed up. And everything looks relatively straight. All right, well, we'll see how good we did, but we're still gonna have to sew. We're gonna have to cut out the back window. We're gonna have to do a slit. We gotta do one sewing seam in the middle of the window, and then we can actually glue and stretch this all in place. At least, hopefully we got this right. Overall, I think everything's where it's supposed to be, for the most part. I think I just need to give this a tug and a light glue just to see where I'm at, so I can kind of turn it over and actually try to properly stretch all of this stuff right and get all the wrinkles out. I really hope. These are like excessively too long, but I'm okay with that. We can trim this out after. I just need to get a couple sides done. Get the wrinkles. The wrinkles are in this seam I'm really struggling with. And get a few of those things just glued. I don't know. Let's just glue some stuff and see what happens. I can always unglue it, if that makes sense. I'm going to start with the front and then work my way to the back, I guess. I'm going to do both sides, tug those. I don't know, tug a little bit in the back, I guess. And then maybe over here. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe here, because then I can trim this out. Nope. I think we're going to have to just stick with the front here for now. And maybe a little bit on the back so I can figure out what's going on. I know I have way too much material here, so I'll do this, I'll do the other side quick. Well now. Well, that really sucks. I didn't realize the glue, I guess the solvent, is not compatible with my paint, and it's boo. I don't know what. It's like, I guess the solvent in there is actually like eating the paint off. So I'm starting, I guess I'm just gonna glue it straight to the steel. I don't know. I gotta figure a way to get the little remnants of glue off of there, and then we can glue it up onto this seam. It's a little tight in here, you can see, so I'm gonna have to trim this or do a couple slits in it so I can kind of pull and give her there. Because over here we got a little bit of the same. It's a little tighter, I don't know, something's not jiving, but I think it's all, like, as far as I can tell, it's the same, because you can see my pink mark and it kind of lines up with my stitching. So these things are, well, this one needs to come over a little bit. It's a little tight. I struggled with this because I tried to do, what's the stitching? Basically I sewed down the middle, I split and I added some material and it didn't go very well. I didn't win at that one. I don't know what they call that. It's like basically you sew the middle, then you split it and you add material. It's supposed to make it strong so when I pull, it doesn't come apart. The other one, like I showed, these ones, is literally I just sewed the two together and then I folded it over and I sewed it. So to me it's got a double stitch, so it's stronger when I'm like yanking on it. Anyways, I got out the scuff pad. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna strip the paint off and we'll try gluing this thing again. It kind of sucks. I'm gonna do both sides. I want to kind of keep the vinyl on. I don't want to take it all off. I have it all lined up. So I wouldn't mind getting the sides glued, and then I'll come in and strip the front and that whole channel, which sucks. I gotta do that whole channel that goes over the back of the truck. Boo. All right, well, I'll do the sides. We'll put a little bit of glue and then we'll work our way into the back and stuff. Man, it's crappy. Well, that definitely worked way better than what I was going to do with that little buffer pad. This thing stripped everything out that where I want to wrap the vinyl to. I don't know. That vinyl seems to eat the paint that I got. I don't know of anything else that I can use on there that, I guess like a primer? I don't know. This kind of sucks. It's going to slow down this process here. I guess you could do it to the bare steel, but I don't know that that product is for that. What am I using? I'm using that vinyl cement, the HH66 or whatever it's called. So it's good for everything, but it doesn't, nowhere does it say whether I can or can't use it on bare steel. I kind of imagine it wouldn't seal or wouldn't, there's a possibility of rusting, let's put it that way. I don't know, man. I'm a little mixed. But at least, the junky paint is off. I don't know why. I guess it's got whatever solvents in it, it just eats up the paint. I'm mixed. It'll probably bite me in the arse, but I guess I'll just try to glue it right to the metal and we'll see what happens. It's sort of what I did it the fiberglass on there. I don't know. I'll try it. We'll see what happens. What's the worst that happens? At the top, I can take it off and I can redo it. It's not the end of the world. Not a win, but not the end of the world. Laser worked super well though, because you kind of see me. You can see how close I was to the foam. You can only see right here where I was zapping, cleaning, and I actually hit the foam. It burnt around here. Was it right there? No, right here. I was like right on the edge, and we never actually hit the foam. I was only hitting it with like 200 watts, so which is really nothing. It cleaned out this whole area, but it didn't even do anything to the paint. Kind of reactivated the glue for this stuff, which is kind of cool. Anyways, I guess I'll try to glue it and we'll just see what happens. Somebody's gonna say I'm doing it completely wrong, and that is a good possibility because I don't know what else to do. I tried my paint and it kind of went bunky there. I don't have any other paint, so kind of just is what it is. Well, this is sucking. This is supposed to be nice and tight. Look at all this. And honestly, I have no faith in this glue. As far as I understand, this is what this glue is for, but it's like it's holding okay, but I can't. I'm learning you can't sit too long, but I'm trying to pull it under and wrap it, and it's just not happening. Like it just doesn't seem to want to. There, see, like the glue's not working there. Over here, I'm trying to get these wrinkles out. This is terrible. I'm not having any luck. Over here, like it's supposed to sit in here, but then I come back and it's not sticking to anything. Like maybe that's a steel thing. The steel's roughed up, so I mean, I would imagine it's supposed to stick to it, but you get all these spots. So I'm imagining I'm gonna lift this lid off once, this thing's gonna come loose, and then I'm completely hooped. Then I'm back to square one. And a bunch of wrinkles in here I can't quite get out, and a few right here. Like, doesn't matter how I tug and pull. I might be able to get them one way, but I don't know. I'm not happy with this, I'll tell you that. This side's just, I don't know, I thought it was going to be better, but it's even worse. I haven't tugged and done anything to the front, but I've pretty much lost all hope with this glue. Like it just, I don't know what to say. I think it works, but it's not working very good. I think I need to take a break. I'm going to have to pull this stuff off because it's just where it doesn't stick when you pull it. You have to start almost all over again. So it's just, I'm not having fun. It's got to be a better way. I don't know though. I might go back to my original way where I was just going to like zap a strap to the back. Like I think I'm just going to put a steel strap and just hold the vinyl, because everywhere else I can kind of get this. If the glue would hold it half decent, I'll put in my steel bars and just screw it in, and then at least it'll hold it in place. This was my fear, that nothing is going to... Yeah, I'm not having any fun. This sucks. I don't know. I think I'm just going to stop. I'll re-look at it tomorrow, see if I can come up with a plan. What I'm worried is all of this stuff here where I have way too much material, and I'm starting to cut it, and then I'm worried I'm just going to... There's no room for everything to sit into here, so I don't know. It's going to be probably easier that I come down to this bottom edge and I just screw something into the roof. It'll pinch this thing. I don't know if it'll do it nicely, but it's going to hold that bottom like here. This needs to go down, but if I peel this off to redo it, it doesn't stick again. Oh, that one time it did. I don't know. I feel like I've been at this for like an hour, almost 2 hours, stopping, redoing this, trying something different. I'm definitely not enjoying myself right now. All right, well, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try to fix a few things here, if the glue will let me do it. And if not, I don't know. I'm going to give up for now and come up with another game plan. I don't know. This is definitely not working for me. Well, came back. I glued the sides. I was feeling a little better. Like this side looks okay. The other side is just terrible. And then there's problems up in the front. It's just, there's a lot of suck. Like a lot of suck. So I'm not sure what I did wrong. I'm wondering if it has to do with this. I've seen some, they have a stitch going across here, because you know how I sewed the middle? I've seen some where they kind of do this as a separate piece. I don't know. A lot of them look like they do it this way. But I'm struggling and I don't really like the look of this. So I'm kind of on the edge here. I don't know. Under here looks like garbage. I can kind of deal with that. That doesn't bother me too much. I think once we pull it, but it's... Yeah, I don't know. I can't find a write-up on anybody doing one, so I'm kind of trying to figure this out myself. This side's just terrible. You can see I'm trying to pull everything this way. I can't go this way. Man, I'm not happy. This is just not working the way I want. Look how lumpy that is down there. I wanted poofy, but it's just not. It's not there. Boo! Man, this thing's kicking my arse. I think I need a break from it because I'm really not enjoying this. I figured it would have worked okay, but I guess not. I don't know. I mean, like I say, I don't know what I'm doing, so... I mean, it's usable, but... Man, I really don't want to have to rebuild it all. Kind of sucks. I thought I did it right. I used the plastic like it should have worked. Technically, maybe the plastic stretches and the vinyl doesn't pull the same. If it would have at least gotten to this, like as nice as this side is, I'd be okay with it, but it's just... Ugh. The driver's side, it's the one I got to walk up to all the time. Looks like garbage. Yuck. And then I'm curious if I screwed up in the back window where I should have just did a slit. I kind of cut it out and it's like, I don't have a lot of extra material back there. I guess I don't want to be digging in and trying to sew and patch into this because I know I'm just going to make a mess out of it. And then this thing just sucks. It's like this material should have gone down, but when I go down, I get too much. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep trying. I think, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'll sleep on it and I'll see what my choices are here. I could just get my tracks in place and stuff like that and just redo the top. I don't know. That's a lot of material. I guess it wouldn't be junk, but it kind of sucks. Could use patches for things, but yuckers. Nah. We'll hit it again tomorrow and see what happens. Well, folks, fresh day, and the top still looks like garbage. Anyways, kind of going in with a new mindset where I think I'm going to end up redoing it. It's, yeah. There's things that I'm looking at more and more pictures of the Carson tops and things, and they're different. Like, I kind of did this top a little different than most. Anyways, the thing I am noticing, and what I didn't envision that this would bug me as much as it does. My original thought was, because I'm having the stainless in the door, was I was going to do a piece of stainless along here, but it just overall wouldn't give me what I want. So anyways, I was looking at some pictures and I'm just realizing how different some things are. Like, these tops are not the same as mine. This is the only one that's kind of close, and you can kind of see how this piece comes around and it seems to wrap around to the window. So then this middle piece is its own dealio. Usually I always see these going across the back. On most tops, they always have that, and I always figured that was just to mimic a convertible top. The same with the window cutout. I don't know that I'm trying to mimic a convertible top. I guess so. It's different. So like, I don't know if I had more material and it came into here and we just treat this as that window piece. I just didn't really want to have a bar going across the top. Like, for me, I didn't. But the bottom, I definitely got to do something. So I'm thinking it'll do double duty. It'll help me glue material. Sorry, what I plan to do here is, like, when the top is down, I'm going to actually add and kind of come over this strap all the way along the back to mimic like the convertible tops. I don't know if a convertible top, but some of these Carson tops, like this one here, I really like how it has this little trim going around and around the window. So what I'm almost debating, because this, like, you pull it, it's almost right. I wondered if I kind of got it where it needed to be, and then basically we cut it really hard on here, and then we had sewn a piece. That way it just kind of, instead of pulling the top so tight, we get it pretty good. And my worry is if I do this and then I don't like something and I pull it, then this piping or an edge on here is going to get goofy. So I think we have to get this to fit pretty good without a lot of tugging and pulling to do what I want. I think there's enough foam, because overall that's good. I feel like some of the foam work I got to change. I like this seam. The other thing I was talking with Esther, and I think what I learned was, because a lot of this I can't fix because I did this double stitching. If I had just done the first stitch and then tried it, and if I didn't like it, like here, for example, I have to take some material out, it's kind of hard to correct this stitching. So had I just done it where I just sewed it, test fitted, did everything I had to do, I could cut it, and then I could have, like, maybe taken some more material out, re-sewed it, and then when everything was good, I can go in for this final, like, fancy stitch, I call it. I don't know what it is, but I could have maybe fixed it. I know I overcompensated when I got the material, so I'm sure I have more than enough material to redo this whole top, and I feel like I want to do that instead of keep scabbing things into here to try to fix it. Like, it might be doable. Because if I sew this bottom edge, well, mind you, some of it I goofed on the bottom. So if I had enough material, I could have maybe made this work. I could still maybe sew it so it's on this seam and I kind of mimic the seam on there. I might try it, I don't know yet, just to see if I can get this to relax some more. But we cut it at all the hard spots, and then maybe I pull the foam off and I make the top fit. Then when I put the foam on, by the time I pull it, everything's going to sit where it's supposed to be. It'll stretch just enough. A little worried I goofed with the back window though, because I cut this out, and I'm worried I don't have enough material to hold everything in place. So that's a little on me there. That'll determine whether I redo the whole thing or not. I might have to test fit my window and see. But overall, I think I have a better game plan. I think for a first attempt, it was pretty good, but it's not what I envisioned, so we got to do a little more work. And actually, some of the stuff I envisioned just isn't right. Like, it's just, I thought this would look good, and it clearly doesn't on the bottom side. It needs that little filler, or weird, like, I guess in the day it was like a tack strip. Oh. Like wood. I don't know. I have an idea. I'm a little struggle with the under that header here, trying to figure out that part. It's just a lot of material, and it doesn't really go everywhere I want. I kind of taped it just to see. I was going to just like zap in those beams in there, but I don't know if I'll do that yet. I don't know. I might play with it next round yet, or I might do a little something else. I don't know. I might start it, try to get the initial shape going. I did a little bit of editing on this video, and I realized it's really long right now, and I think we're going to have to cut it here with a failed attempt. Hey, a lot was learned. I don't know if I'm gonna boogie to do another Carson top, but like, this side looks not so bad. Like, I'm close, but we'll revamp. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to salvage this if I can. If not, whatever. We'll just start over. Not a big deal. I think we can fix this, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm babbling on, but hey, I tried. My bed turned out pretty good. This one's not terrible, but it's not as good as I want yet. So, yeah, all the fella can do is try, right? There's no harm in that. So anyways, folks, like I said, I am going to leave it here. So, as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.